there is a kind of disrespect that does not need words. People still smile at you. They are still polite to you. But in the way they interrupt you, delay you, fail to follow through, and hand you the least important assignment, you know they don't truly see you as someone they have to take seriously. And the most painful part is this: maybe they did not invent that idea on their own. Maybe you taught them quietly. In the year 65 AD, a rocky island in the Aegean Sea, dry, barren, almost forgotten by the world. The Roman Empire called it Gyaros. Emperor Nero used it for the people he did not want to kill, but still wanted silenced. On that island, a Stoic philosopher named Musonius Rufus was exiled. No Senate floor. No students gathered around him. No one writing down every word he said. No stage left to prove who he was. Nero thought that would be enough. Take away a man's audience, power, and recognition, and the man will erase himself. But Nero misunderstood one thing. A person does not carry weight because of what they declare in public. They carry weight because of what they still practice when no one is left to witness it. Musonius still lived like a philosopher, still kept discipline, still trained, still faced himself every day. Not to be respected, but because he refused to let circumstance lower his standard. And that is what makes a person impossible to underestimate. People do not underestimate you only because they are cruel, and not always because you lack talent. Very often, they are simply repeating the lesson you have quietly taught them about you. That you will give in, that you will over-explain, that you will quit early, that you will need recognition before you act. In this video, you will see 7 behaviors that make people stop assuming you can be pushed around. Not a speech, not a vision board, not a morning routine checklist. One principle: before other people stop underestimating you, you must stop living like someone who can be underestimated. Why do some people never need to prove themselves, yet no one dares dismiss them? And why do others explain more, try harder, perform louder, only to be treated like they can still be ignored? By the end of this video, the answer will be clear. It does not begin with them. It begins with what you have taught them to believe about you. Behavior 1. You keep your word to yourself, especially the words spoken in the dark. Go back to Musonius on Gyaros. Nero could take away his public platform, his students, his reputation, and every audience he had. But there was one thing Nero could not take: the way Musonius lived when no one was watching. Musonius did not change a thing when he was sent to that island. Same waking hour, same simple practice. The Greeks had a word for this: askesis, not knowledge, not a concept. Training, repetition, again and again every day. When no one was watching, when there was nothing to prove. Now, you. Not the promise you post on Facebook, not the goal you announce in the first meeting of the year. I mean the promises you whisper to yourself at midnight. Tomorrow, I will wake up at 5. This week, I will tell my boss the truth. I will stop texting the person who keeps growing cold. I will finish the course I paid for 6 months ago. 4 promises. How many are still waiting? And this is the part most people do not dare to say. Every time you break a promise to yourself, your nervous system records it. Not philosophy. The body. This is how the body learns. Every time you break your word to yourself, your nervous system writes another line in the ledger. Enough lines, and they harden into one sentence. This person cannot be trusted. Not said by other people, said by your own brain to you. 5 years later, that evidence no longer stays inside your head. It is in your walk. It is in the half-second delay before you say yes when your body wants to say no. It is in the way your voice drops at the end of a sentence, as if apologizing for speaking. It is in the way you look up, then look down, when your boss walks into the room. Other people do not read the ledger in your head. They read what that ledger has written onto your body, through your walk, through your voice, through your pauses. They smell it, not consciously, the way a dog smells fear. And they adjust. Musonius taught his students this: start living with virtue today, not because tomorrow will be better, because to delay it is to delay your life. He did not say, make a declaration. He did not say, build a plan. He did not say, make a vision board. He said, start today. Because ascesis is not training for the fight. It is training for the moment when no one is watching, because that is where your architecture is built. This is what begins to happen when you keep one small promise. Then another. Then another. Your posture changes before you consciously decide to change it. Your voice stops falling at the end of sentences. Your eyes stop searching for an exit when a difficult conversation walks into the room. Because your nervous system now has evidence. Evidence that when you say something to yourself, you mean it. And that evidence, accumulated across weeks, across months, across years, becomes the foundation of a presence. A presence other people cannot explain, but cannot ignore. Tonight, before you turn off the lights, choose one small promise you broke this week. Just one. Do it before your back hits the bed. Do not post it. Do not tell anyone. Do not screenshot it. Not because it will impress anyone, because the person you train in the dark is the person who steps forward when the important moment calls your name. Nero thought he had exiled Musonius. He had not, because the person Musonius had trained was built in places without an audience. The audience left. The man remained. Behavior 2. You say less than you know, and let silence do its work. The year is 1863. Pennsylvania. The Battle of Gettysburg has just ended. Robert E. Lee's Confederate Army has been defeated. They are retreating south, dragging a shattered army back across the Potomac River. This is the moment Lincoln has been waiting for 2 years. If General George Meade chases them down and destroys that army, the Civil War could end in weeks. Meade does not chase. Lee crosses the river. Lincoln believes the chance to end the war early has passed. Lincoln sits inside the White House and writes a letter to Meade, 4 pages, full of anger. I cannot understand why you let that opportunity slip away. The misery I feel about this cannot be expressed. He folds the letter, puts it in an envelope, writes on the outside, never signed, never sent. That letter stayed in Lincoln's drawer until he died. People found it more than 30 years later. Lincoln had a habit. He called them hot letters. Write directly. Write honestly. Write what you want to say. Then put it away. Do not send it. That letter had already done its work, the moment it was written. And its work was not to Meade. It was to Lincoln himself. Understand what happened. The man leading a nation tearing itself apart, and angrier than he had ever been, knew something the age of instant messages has forgotten. What you do not send is often stronger than what you send. The Stoics called this logos, not just words, the disciplined, precise, intentional use of language as a mirror of a disciplined mantra. Epictetus taught, "Be silent most of the time. If you speak, say only what is necessary, and say it in few words." Not soft kindness, surgical kindness, useful, clean, without the waste of over-explanation, the kind that drains confidence from every sentence. This is what over-explanation is really saying. When you give a decision, then immediately attach 5 reasons. 2 apologies and 1 reassurance that you are not a bad person. You are not providing information. You are asking for permission. You are asking for permission. You are saying, without saying it, "I do not fully trust this decision. Please validate me, so I can stop feeling insecure." And the person across from you, even if they love you, records it. They catalog it. They learn that your answer has a handle, and handles are made to be grabbed. Silence has a power explanation does not have. When you say, "I cannot take this on," then stop. You have said enough. The air after that sentence is not awkward. It is authority. It belongs to you. You fill it with your presence, not with your anxiety. Now, a coworker sends you a task at 5 o'clock on a Friday afternoon. You type, "I cannot take on more work this week." Enough. A complete sentence. But you do not send it. You add, "Because I'm already running Project X, because family is visiting this weekend, because I am trying to keep some balance." 4 sentences later, you have accepted it. Or at least, you have created a version of your answer with a handle they can pull back toward themselves. Your boss asks during a review, "Why do you deserve a raise?" You have a strong answer. You say it. Then you add, "I know this year has been hard, and I do not want to put pressure on the company. I just think," you just lowered your own number before your boss had the chance to lower it for you. You decline an invitation. You type, "I cannot make it this time." Enough. But your fingers still do not stop. 1 more reason. 1 apology. 1 maybe next time you do not actually intend to keep. You just turned a refusal into a fake promise. Lincoln wrote dozens of hot letters during 4 years of war. Most of them were never sent. They did their work, in the drawer, and Lincoln walked out of the room, clean. The next time you refuse something, count your sentences. 1 sentence is enough. 2 sentences are generous. 3 sentences are the beginning of an apology. And if you are angry, write what you want to say. Do not send it. Put it in the drawer. Read it again tomorrow morning. And notice where you feel the pull to fill the silence. That pull is the exact location of an unhealed wound. The wound of self-doubt, not a character flaw. A wound. And wounds can heal. But the cure is not more words. The cure is trusting that your presence, undefended, unexplained, already complete, is enough. Because it is enough. It has always been enough. Behavior 3. You do not chase what is pulling away from you. The year is 46 BC, North Africa, the city of Utica. The Roman Republic has lost. Julius Caesar has just won the Battle of Thapsus, crushing the Senate faction, crushing his final opponents. Caesar is now the man no one on earth seems able to defeat. Inside Utica, 1 man remains who does not run. His name is Cato. Cato the Younger, the final symbol of the Republic, the man all of Rome knew could not be bought. Caesar sends messengers to him. Greetings. Invitations. mercy. Cato only has to do one thing: walk through the door, bow his head, accept Caesar's clemency, and everything he once had will be returned. Position, honor, life. That night, Cato reads Plato's Phaedo twice. Then he ends his own life. Not because he fears Caesar, but because he knows the moment he walks through that door, he becomes living proof that even Cato can be bought with enough mercy. And that proof is more expensive than his life. When Caesar hears the news, he is said to have replied, "Cato, I envy your death, because you envied me the salvation I was willing to give." The man who had conquered the known world could not conquer a man who had stopped needing anything from him. Understand what happened. A man with nothing left, no army, no friends, no republic, commanded the absolute respect of a man who had everything. Not because he was arrogant, not because he was performing, but because he did not need one single thing Caesar was offering. The Stoics built an entire philosophy around this principle. Apatheia. Not apathy in the modern sense, defeated, emotionless, indifferent. But the radical freedom that comes from not being controlled by your desire for things outside yourself, especially the desire to be recognized. Not chasing does not mean you do not love, do not care, or do not repair what was yours to repair. It only means you do not turn another person's silence into a leash around your own neck. This is the behavior most people do not realize is self-erasing. Chasing. Chasing the person who suddenly goes cold. Chasing the friend who stops replying to your messages. Chasing the coworker who suddenly withdraws recognition. Chasing the father or mother whose validation never truly arrives. Every time you chase, you teach. You teach them that your sense of worth can be carried away, that they are holding it, and that they can weaponize its absence whenever they need something from you. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Never regard anything as an advantage to you if it makes you break faith with yourself or lose your self-respect." Not try not to, not be careful not to. Never. When you stop chasing, something counterintuitive happens. At first, it feels like giving up, like you just quit, like you are being cold, like you are failing the relationship. But what is actually happening is different. You are redistributing power. You are moving the thing they have been withholding, your sense of worth, back into your own possession. And the moment you own it again, you stop being someone they can manipulate with distance. You begin to become someone they may actually want to move toward. Not always, not everyone, but the people worth having, they notice. The next time your hand wants to type first, only because you are afraid of being abandoned, place your phone face down on the table. 60 seconds. Do not check their story. Do not draft a message. Do not imagine what they are thinking. Just sit there. Let that discomfort pass through you. This is not a power game. This is the practice of taking ownership of yourself again. Behavior 4. You sit still inside discomfort until other people understand it is no longer leverage over you. The year is 399 BC. Athens. A 70-year-old man named Socrates stands before a jury of 500 Athenian citizens. The charges: corrupting the youth and failing to honor the gods of the city. The sentence: death by poison. Socrates has many ways to escape. His friends have bribed the guards. He can run. His students have prepared a boat. He can go into exile. In the trial, he can beg. He can cry. He can bring his young children before the court to ask for pity. the way ancient Greeks often did. He does none of it. He stands still. He answers the questions, slowly, fully, undefended. And when the court considers his penalty, he does not ask for mercy. He suggests that, if Athens were fair, it should reward him with a free meal. Every day in the Praetorium, an honor reserved for Olympic heroes. They choose the poison. On the final night, his friends come to the prison and weep. Socrates says to them, "Why are you crying? If death is a dreamless sleep, that is a precious thing. If it is a passage to another place, I will meet Homer and Hesiod there. You should envy me." He drinks the poison. His hand is steady. His face does not change. He speaks with his students about the soul until his feet begin to grow cold. His final words are about an ordinary debt. "Crito, we owe Asclepius a rooster. Remember to pay it." I am not telling this story to glorify death. I am telling it because Socrates' calm in the worst moment was not an accident. It was not courage gathered at the last second in a crisis. It was a behavior, trained across 60 years of very ordinary, uncomfortable moments no one ever witnessed. Every time he sat with a difficult question, instead of filling it with a hollow answer. Every time he let a tense argument breathe, instead of rushing to end it. Every time he refused to say the easy thing instead of the true thing. He was training. And when the hardest moment came, it was still the same training, only louder. This is what most people do with discomfort. They repair it immediately, reflexively. Not because it needs to be repaired, because they need relief. The room becomes tense. They apologize, even when they are right. A friend suddenly goes silent for 3 days. They immediately send 3 messages to repair the atmosphere. A difficult truth is spoken at a family dinner. They laugh it off. They soften it. They change the subject. A boss gives difficult feedback. They interrupt, explain, defend themselves before the sentence has even landed. And every time they do that, they teach the people around them a lesson. They teach, I cannot stay steady when things become uncomfortable. If you want me to bend, just make things uncomfortable. The Stoics had a practice called melite, daily contemplation of difficult scenarios. Not to become gloomy, to become familiar. Familiar with discomfort. Unafraid of heavy air. Fluent in the language of tense moments. When you can sit in a room where the temperature is rising and keep your ground, not by performing calm, not by clenching yourself to look unaffected, but by being truly still, quiet, steady, something shifts. People stop using discomfort as a weapon because it no longer works on you. And the people who need you fragile, the people whose power over you depends on your need to soothe everything, lose their leverage, completely, permanently. The next time the room becomes tense, and every nerve in your body wants to apologize, wants to laugh it off, wants to send a message to repair things, count to 10 in your head. Do not say anything. Do not do anything. Just sit. 10 seconds inside discomfort will not kill you. But it is teaching your nervous system something new. I can be here without needing to repair. Sit inside discomfort, not because it feels good, but because the person who has sat with it 1,000 times is the most trustworthy person in any room. And trust, real, unperformed, forged trust, is the highest form of respect. Behavior 5. You let go of what has ended before it drains you. February 11th, 1990, Cape Town, South Africa. A 71-year-old man walks out of a prison gate after 27 years behind bars. 27 years. Nelson Mandela entered prison at 44. A young wife, small children at home. He walked out at 71. Having lost a son while imprisoned. Having lost his mother while imprisoned. Having lost 27 Christmases, 27 birthdays, 27 years of life he would never get back. Outside the gate, television cameras, crowds, the whole world waiting to see how he would walk out. He walked out, holding his wife's hand, head high, back straight. A small smile, no sign of rage, no bitter word, not one glance back at the men who had kept him there. Years later, he wrote, "As I walked out the gate toward my freedom, I knew that if I did not leave my bitterness and hatred behind, I would still be in prison. If I did not leave my bitterness and hatred behind, I would still be in prison." 27 years. Mandela could have held on. Everyone would have understood if he had held on. No one had the right to demand that he let go. But he let go. Not because the people who imprisoned him deserved forgiveness, but because he deserved to be free. And he knew real freedom was not only on the other side of the prison gate, it was on the other side of the door of hatred he could choose not to walk through. People who stay inside things that have ended do not only lose energy, they lose weight. Because they are teaching the world that their presence can be held in any place that once called their name, even when that place no longer grows them. Mandela was not a Roman Stoic, but the moment he walked out of prison without carrying the prison with him, that is one of the clearest modern images of what the Stoics meant by inner freedom. In Stoic language, this is amor fati, love of fate. Not passive acceptance, not closing your eyes and pretending it did not hurt, but the active embrace of what has happened, even the bitterest part, and then continuing forward. Because what has ended has already done its work, and you are still here to do yours. Now, look at your life. What are you still maintaining that has actually already ended? A friendship now running entirely on guilt and nostalgia. Both of you performing a relationship that stopped breathing somewhere along the way. A role you have outgrown, professionally, personally, relationally, but still keep showing up to play. Because leaving it would require you to admit something you have not truly dared to admit. A version of yourself, built around someone else's definition of who you were supposed to be. A definition that may have once been useful, or maybe was never yours from the beginning. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Loss is nothing else but change, and change is nature's delight." He lost children. He lost teachers. He lost years of his life to war on frozen borders. And he wrote those words, not from detachment, but from a clarity purchased with blood. What keeps you inside what has ended is not love. It is fear wearing the clothes of love. The fear that if you let go, nothing will replace it. The fear that letting go means it never mattered. The fear that whoever is watching will mistake your release for giving up. Here is the truth. Letting go of what has ended, with dignity, is one of the highest acts of self-respect you can perform. It says, "My time, my energy, my presence are not infinite. They are not freely available to anyone just because that person once occupied space in my history. They go where they are actually received. And this is what the people worth caring about see when you do this. They see a person who knows the difference between loyalty and self-erasure, a person who can honor what was without being imprisoned inside it, a person whose presence, when given, means something, because you do not distribute it without intention. This week's action. Name one thing in your life that has ended. Write it down in one line. Just one. A friendship. A role, an old definition of yourself. Do not announce it. Do not post it. Just look at it and stop watering it. End what has already ended. Not with bitterness, not with an announcement, not with a speech or a scene, but with the quiet dignity of a person who has finally believed that their presence belongs where it is nourished. Mandela took 27 years to learn that lesson. You do not need to wait that long. Behavior 6. You receive good things without shrinking before them. Seneca was one of the Stoics attacked with the very thing many people still fear today, the good fortune placed in his life. He was a philosopher, but he was also wealthy, very wealthy. He lived close to power, close to the palace, close to rooms where a single sentence could lift a person up or make that person disappear. And because of that, people asked him an almost poisonous question. If you are a Stoic, why do you have so much? This is the moment many people would shrink. They would apologize for having something good. They would make it smaller. They would say, "No, it is nothing. I do not deserve it. It was just luck. Do not look at me like that." But Seneca did not do that. He did not pretend wealth was meaningless just to look more virtuous. He also did not swell because of it. He did not say, "These things prove I am above other people." But he also did not say, "I must deny them to prove I am humble." He wrote that the wise person does not consider himself unworthy of fortune's gifts. Listen carefully to that sentence. Do not consider yourself unworthy. That is not arrogance. That is standing upright. Seneca is not telling you to chase recognition. He is not telling you to cling to money, status, praise, or admiration. He is drawing one clean distinction. You can receive good things without letting good things own you. Bring it into the house, but do not bring it into the soul. Receive it, but do not turn it into a throne. And more importantly, do not throw it on the ground just to prove you are humble. Because there is a very subtle kind of self-lowering that dresses itself in virtue. It says, "If I receive this good thing directly, people will think I am arrogant. So I have to cut it down first. I have to deny it first. I have to make myself smaller before anyone gets the chance to think I am too big." But a person with weight does not do that. They do not swell when good things come. But they also do not shrink before them. Now, think about what you do when someone gives you something good. A compliment, recognition, a sincere expression of admiration. Watch the movement inside you, in that moment. What is the first impulse? For most people, it is to dodge, immediately, reflexively, habitually. Oh, it was nothing. Anyone could have done it. Honestly, I almost messed it up. You are just being kind. Every one of those sentences, truly, is a refusal, not humility. Refusal. You are saying to the person offering you something good, "Your perception of me cannot be trusted. The positive experience you just had of my work, my presence, my character, was a mistake." And beneath that sentence, if you are honest, is something harder. A belief that receiving good things openly is dangerous. That agreeing with someone who sees your value is arrogance. That letting something good land, without immediately cutting it into smaller pieces, makes you someone who thinks too highly of yourself. Do you know where that belief came from? It was taught to you by someone, somewhere, in some season of your life. who needed you to be smaller. And you learned that lesson too well. So well that now you enforce it on yourself, even when they are no longer in the room. Seneca did not use philosophy to teach people how to shrink. He taught something harder. Receive good things without letting good things become your master. That is the difference between real humility and shrinking. Real humility says, "This has value, but it does not make me of anyone." Shrinking says, "I am afraid that if I receive this, people will think I am arrogant." One is self-command. One is fear dressed as virtue. And letting that knowledge become visible, not through speeches, not through arrogance, but through a simple, rooted action. Receive what is true about you, without making it smaller. Thank you. That means something to me. Period. Thank you. That means something to me. No hedge, no immediate self-lowering, no turning towards something smaller. Just one clean and open reception. 2 seconds of allowing yourself to be seen, as capable, as worthy, as good, without collapsing inward beneath the weight of it. Now, you. Your boss says in a meeting, "Your presentation was very clear." Your default response, "Oh, I threw it together pretty quickly." You just cut that recognition into smaller pieces. And your boss writes in the ledger, "Their answer has a handle that can be used to lower them." Your partner says, "I am proud of you." You answer, "There is nothing to be proud of." You just refused a gift and made the person giving it feel foolish for giving it. A friend messages, "I really liked the way you handled that." You immediately type, "Just lucky." You are teaching that friend not to waste recognition on you next time, because you will throw it back. The next time someone compliments you, even in the smallest way, say exactly one sentence. "Thank you. That means something to me." Stop. Count 2 seconds. Do not add. Do not lower yourself. Do not redirect. Just let it land. Just let it land. 2 seconds without shrinking. No performance of humility. No performance of confidence. Just real reception. The world reflects back to you exactly what you show it. You believe about yourself. Show it something worthy. Behavior 7. You build character in private and let it speak everywhere else. There is one final story I want to tell you, and it is the most important one. The year is 161 AD. Marcus Aurelius becomes emperor of Rome. He does not want the job. Before anything else, he is a philosopher. Ruler came second. A man who truly believes that a life of quiet contemplation, strict self-examination, and private virtue is the highest life a person can live. And the empire needs him. So he accepts. He serves for almost 20 years. He fights wars he does not want. He manages politics that exhaust him. He carries burdens that would have broken weaker men. And in the private spaces that remain, between war, plague, and government, he returns to pages never meant for the public. Not to write policy, not to record victories, not to document his greatness for future generations. He writes lines like, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do, say, and think." Confine yourself to the present. Never regard anything as an advantage if it makes you break faith with yourself or lose self-respect. The purpose of life is not to stand with the majority, but to avoid finding yourself among the insane. This is a man ruling the world. And the thing he works hardest on, the discipline that consumes him most, is a version of himself no one could see. The private version. The version inside the tent at midnight. the version inside the pages of a journal he never meant to publish. A version of himself no one could see. That is behavior 7. Not a behavior other people watch you perform. A behavior you perform after the audience has gone home. You build character in private, and then you don't need to announce it. But building character in private does not mean quietly doing a few good things and hoping the world notices. It is deeper than that. It means you have a private courtroom before the world ever gets to judge you. A place where no one claps, no one defends you, no one hears your explanation. Only you, facing one very cold question. Where did I live beneath my own standard today? A person who cannot be underestimated does not wait for other people to point out their cracks. They see them first. They repair them first. They return to the standard before the world has to remind them. You do not need to manage it. You do not need to defend it. It speaks for itself, everywhere, in every room, in every silence. In every moment when pressure rises and the world is watching to see what you are made of. Because what you build in private is what you are made of. The Greeks had a word, eudaimonia, often translated as happiness. But for the Stoics, it is closer to a life that flourishes because it is lived according to virtue, not according to the eyes of the crowd, not the version performed for recognition, not the version that shrinks to avoid conflict, not the version that reacts, chases, dodges, over-explains, and slowly disappears under the weight of everyone else's expectations. The version built, quietly, steadily, painfully, across 1,000 invisible moments no one will congratulate you for. That version walks into a room differently, not louder, not more aggressive, not performing confidence, just present, fully, completely, undeniably present. The way a mountain is present, not trying to impress, just clearly there, and the people around you feel it before they can name it. They treat you differently before they can explain why. They lean toward you instead of leaning over you. They listen instead of testing. Because you are no longer the person teaching them that they can underestimate you without consequence. You have, through the quiet architecture of your private life, become someone they can no longer afford to underestimate. Tonight's action. Before you sleep, spend 10 minutes on a private inventory. Do not post it. Do not tell anyone. Do not turn it into a ritual for other people to see. Just open a notebook and write 3 lines. Where did I live beneath my own standard today? Where did I keep myself today? What one small action tomorrow will prove that I am returning to the person I want to become? 3 questions. Not to punish yourself, to see yourself. Because people who cannot be underestimated do not wait for the world to point out their cracks. They return to the standard before anyone has to remind them. A warning before you apply this. Do not confuse training in the dark with arrogant silence. This is discipline, not performance. You do not need to announce it on LinkedIn. You don't need to post a story saying you are training the pause. You do not need to tell your friends that from today on, you no longer chase anyone. Because the moment you need other people to see that you do not need them to see, you are back inside the old game. A person who cannot be underestimated is not the loudest person, the coldest, or the most mysterious. It is the person who has kept their standard long enough when no one checks, no one claps, and no one congratulates. 7 behaviors. None of them are loud. None of them require a dramatic reinvention, a confrontation, a speech, or a performance. Each behavior lives inside the texture of ordinary days, in the promises you keep when no one is watching, in the sentences you end without apologizing, in the things you release before they drain you, in the stillness you choose when noise is what is being demanded. Keep your word in silence. Stop at the right place. Do not chase. Sit still inside discomfort. Let go of what has ended. Receive good things without shrinking. Build character in the dark. 7 behaviors, trained in the dark. Each one, repeated 1,000 times when no one is watching. Marcus Aurelius did not write his journal to publish it. It did not come to us as a book being promoted. It survived through a fragile chain of transmission, through copies, scholars, and centuries that could have swallowed it at any moment. He was one of the most powerful people in the world, but the work he returned to most was invisible, examining himself, correcting himself, reminding himself not to betray his own standard. Because he understood what every great Stoic mind understands. Value is not declared. It is demonstrated, quietly, steadily, over time, in the way you carry yourself when no one rewards you for it, in the way you hold your ground when bending would be easier, in the way you become, day by day, a person whose presence cannot be ignored, not because you demand to be seen, but because you have built something in private, simple, solid, undeniable, and it begins to radiate. That person is not imaginary. That person is the version of you on the other side of these 7 behaviors. You have been teaching people your value from the beginning. The only question that has ever mattered, Jess, what lesson do you want them to learn? If this video touched something in you, something that has been waiting to be told the truth instead of being told what you wanted to hear, leave exactly 1 word in the comments: steady. No explanation, no long paragraph, just that word. And if you are not subscribed yet, subscribe. Not for me, for the version of you disciplined enough to return to the hard things you need to hear.